Then put your little hand in mine. There ain't no hill or mountain we can't climb. Babe, do 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 do. I've got you, babe, do 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 do. I've got you, babe, do 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 do. Okay, campers, rise and shine. Don't forget your booties because it's cold out there today.
It's cold out there every day. What is this, Miami Beach?
Not hardly. And you can expect hazardous weather. Blah, blah, blah. Hazardous travel later today. What with the big blizzard thing?
That blizzard thing. Well, here's the report. The National Weather Service is calling for a big blizzard thing.
Yes, they are. And you know what makes today especially exciting?
Especially cold.
Yes, especially cold, is the question on everybody's lips.
On their chapped lips.
Yeah, their chapped lips. Is, will Phil come out and see his shadow?
Punxsutawney Phil.
That's right, Woodchuck Chuckers. It's Groundcast Day.
Wee.
Hey, everybody, I'm Randy. He's Bobby.
That was you were a little fast on that
But we weren't at 1.5 speed.
Of the song.
No, we were slower than the last couple of weeks. I think we slow down because we're trying to synchronize.
Mm-hmm. It's fun.
Harmonize.
Yeah. And as you can tell, neither of us are professional singers.
Nope.
I don't know if you could tell that, listener, but it's true. And actually, today is, I gotta say, it's hot out there today.
It's hot out there every day. What is this, Miami Beach?
What is this, Punxsutawney in February? But yeah, it's pretty hot out there actually today. I'm sweating in here. I got a t-shirt on. It's April 4th.
May the 4th be with you.
Oh, May 4th. Sorry. I don't even have my month right.
May the 4th be with you. And rest in peace, Peter Mayhew.
Yeah. Thank you, guy who wore a suit and then did nothing else in life.
He was iconic. And beyond that, Trump's still in office.
Mm-hmm.
Tooth and nail, fighting to stay in that in every turn.
Yeah. Does he know he's in office? Somebody tell him he's still in office.
And this would have been our 21st discussion, or will be
22nd.
20. No, this is our 20.
No, last week was 21 because I remember making that joke that it's legal. It's sold enough to drink now.
Oh, then
in America.
Apparently I'm missing an episode.
But not in Canada because in Canada we can drink at 18.
Yeah, apparently episode 21. So this is episode 22.
Mm-hmm. 22 skidoo. Catch 22.
Yeah. As you can tell, we're a little bit out of it. It's like, it's too hot.
It's not going to be a good fun summer. Like it's only May 4th, and like it's been admittedly a crappy. Let's not talk about the movie for a bit. It's
no. This is the 5 minutes where we get to talk about something else.
It's been a crappy month. Like I'm not talking about this month. I'm talking about the last 30 days. It's been a lot of cold, rain. We had like 3 nice days.
We ran the gamut of weather. You've had warm and sunny. You've had warm and cold. You've had cloudy and sunny. You've had cloudy and snowing for some inexplicable reason for 15 minutes.
Yeah. That's
ice pellets.
That's a Montreal area for you.
Hailstones, flooding, cold weather, and then immediately followed by hot weather. It's like, it's really annoying.
Yeah, you never know what to do on any given day. But anyway, so what is it today? It's about 15.
That sounds
like 15
about right.
Celsius about. I don't know what that is in American, but tomorrow's gonna be 20.
Oh my
which is gonna be like 70 something Fahrenheit. So it's like 60 something Fahrenheit today. If I don't know if you're American or not, or you use the metric system like the rest of the world. Our one listener, but it's very hot in here. I'm wearing a t-shirt.
I think I might be our one listener. I think I'm the one that gives us the one view every week.
And it's only gonna get hotter. So yeah, it's not gonna be fun sitting in this house doing this recording. Hopefully we can do it outside next time. Yeah.
Hopefully the interview mics I've gotten for my phone will make things a little bit easier.
Randy's investing in hardware for this.
Oh, all honesty, it cost me like $30.
That's an investment still. And so yeah, I watched this video. I had the day off yesterday.
Yeah, so yeah, how was your watching condition?
You know this video that we were watching? I watched it yesterday again.
Good segue, getting us back on topic.
And yesterday was not nice. Cold. But I sat in my house. I had to get up in the morning on my day off and bring my car in to get my tires changed to my spring tires. So then I visited my grandma, and then I came home afternoon, and then I watched a stupid movie.
Yes, but how was the movie this watch? Are you still on board?
Yep. And how
did you actually watch the movie?
I sure did.
Did you actively engage with the movie?
I always make sure I'm not. I have the TV off. I have the laptop open, Once in a while, I will look at my other laptop to check the news or something. But okay. Back to the movie.
La-di-da, 2 laptops as I look at my phone.
One of them is not my laptop. It's belongs to somebody else. My laptop's a hunk of junk that cannot play DVDs. Randy gave me the DVD of this in case you forgot.
Yeah, well, my viewing session of this, I watched it this morning, and I don't remember a single thing about that viewing. It's like the movie has become such background noise at this point. I think I just stared at the television for an hour and 40 minutes and meditated while watching it. Not slept like last week or the week before where I fell asleep in the middle of the movie. It's like some people go to church. I come and watch Groundhog's Day every week. And it brought a great peace of mind of relaxation and calm, even though I don't remember anything. Because I was asking, did you actively engage with it? Did you yell at the screen?
Did I interact with it? Like, did I talk to it? Did I get up and act out the scenes?
Did you start yelling at it? Did you like, get angry? It's
like,
were you taking notes? Were you thinking about stuff?
Randy cut me off earlier when I was talking off mic. Yeah, no, I did start screaming, I hate doing this at some point in time. I hate doing this.
You gotta remind you, you're the one that wanted to do this.
God damn it, Randy. If
and because
Guy
of this,
and Tim can do that under like 4th movie now, which have been longer than this, 2 of which have been longer than this hunk of junk, we can do it with 1 hour and 40.
But they're doing it to an audience. We're doing it into a void.
They were doing it to avoid for a first season most of the time too.
Yeah, but they had interactions with other people. They had they're funny. They're
by like the end. Only by like maybe after it was probably around this time after the 30s or so that people actually started tuning in.
Would you say that our format of doing this is kind of bad, like putting it up on YouTube and not really promoting it,
not making it
and not making it actually accessible
I
as a
promote
podcast?
It with hashtags.
No hashtags. It's a hashtag
YouTube.
free shoe.
Hashtag
free shoe.
Not only
shoe.
That, but yeah, we don't put it on. I don't know how to put podcasts on the internet in an audio format. All right, I'm not tech savvy. I got a YouTube channel, and that's it.
Need I remind you that I already do this once a week. But depending on how you do it, it costs some money. It's annoying. I'll tell you that.
I don't want to spend any money. I got no money, bro.
Yeah.
This is a free medium. You get a free show. If you want, go to YouTube Downloader and download that shit onto your player. That's the only way you're gonna get it.
One of these days we got to figure out a visual component, but I don't think they want to look at our mugs for 20 odd minutes every week.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I look at myself on like webcam and like the lighting is real bad.
I look like Jabba the Hutt.
It's like you look like it's like zombie like when when you're like your skin takes on that pale grayish pallor and on like a badly lit webcam, and I'm like ugh.
Yeah, that's why you're supposed to set up lights and have it shining at you.
That's more money and more time.
Which anyways,
getting to the movie.
So back to the movie.
So
movie.
I didn't get through all my notes last time.
Yeah, you had a couple other questions.
Here's one of them. So I had a bit of a problem with this movie. I'm desperately thinking of anything to talk about with this movie still. So here's what I came up with. I was thinking about the movie and how it's about. We talked about how it's about personal growth for Phil, and how he changes from his day one to his last day there.
Which who knows how much it is.
Which could be, as we said, about 10 years maybe. And I was just thinking, Phil goes around, he improves the lives of others. Some others, not all. Larry again gets left out of the mix. But he goes out with Rita. He saves some people's lives. He helps some people get married, things like that. But then I was thinking about his ending with Ned's arc. Because Ned, as you might remember, is the guy, one listener, is the guy who is very annoying and tries to sell Phil's life insurance every day and then eventually ends up getting punched in the face once, but usually just like avoided or whatever. And on the last day, we see Phil, playing the piano, blah, 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 meets Rita. She wins him in the bachelor auction. They're leaving. And as they're walking out, Ned runs into them again and he says to Rita, again, this is the Rita POV scene. And he says to Rita, "Oh, hey, I just ran into Phil today, and guess what? He bought all my insurance and all the packages, and including optional fire and flooding or whatever the hell it was at the end. I should know this by now. But he bought all the options and everything, and then you do the Popeye. He does the Popeye fake punch. Phil does the Popeye fake punch after Ned fake punches him. And then, he says, hey, where are we going? And she says, oh, let's not, what did she say? Ruin it or spoil it? Originally ruin it, but now it's spoil it. And I was just sitting there and thinking, well, wait a second. How is this in any way a good ending? Because Ned is an annoying guy, and all Phil did was sort of placate him by giving him money. So the end of his logical arc is, yes, if you annoy people enough, they will eventually give you money. So I just thought that was a really bad ending for him.
But here's the thing, Roberts.
Okay. Please interact.
This is the part where we're editing in my speech, right?
Okay.
Where I have to start talking now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ned doesn't have an arc at all because for him, that day is the same day over and over again. All that happens is he meets somebody he used to know from high school and he wants to exploit him. And Phil goes, you know what? Yeah, I do want to live a premium life.
Mm-hmm.
And he just is like to make Ned's experience better. He buys every piece of insurance that he can get off of him that's applicable to him.
And I think I just choked on my water. I think we went over this in a much earlier episode now, but it's so hard to remember. We know Phil doesn't have any kids, so who the hell is he leaving this life insurance to?
Well, you know, if you have insurance, like let's use me for example.
Randy is of course childless.
I am childless.
Mm-hmm.
My insurance that I have to pay into for work, I don't have a beneficiary.
That's right.
So, in the case of my death,
Mm-hmm.
my insurance will pay out, and it will go to my estate. Mm-hmm. The estate will go to pay any remaining debts.
Yep.
And then will be split amongst my remaining relatives. But it's going to be the immediate relatives, and then if there's not immediate relatives, then it spreads out.
Is the lawyer going to take a cut too at some point?
It would be all handled by the insurance company because it's just going straight to my estate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Wouldn't you need an estate?
So
lawyer?
in Phil's case, it's like if he died, it's like it would go to it, and he didn't say that his sister's his beneficiary.
Nope. He didn't mention it. It's possible though. Mary Pat.
Mary Pat. Then it would go to his estate, and it would go to pay off any debts he has. Yada yada yada. It's a boring thing.
And as we've learned in the original, his mother is alive as well.
Yeah.
In the original script.
His mother is alive in the original script.
I like how this...
The thing that you pointed out in your question...
Yeah, that's what I was going to get to finally. Let me say my own line, dang it.
You want to say your own line?
Yeah, so the other thing I noticed was maybe, in terms of Phil's arc, at the end of all this multiple days he's lived, and he's realized he's fallen in love with Rita, and in the last day he does in fact get together with Rita, maybe the reason why he bought that insurance in the morning is because he's thinking, hey, maybe when I finally get out of this, I'll actually marry Rita. And I'll have kids with her someday, and, that if I ever die, because, as we know, he's a very accident-prone man, they'll have some money, to live off of, so she won't have to raise a kid on a producer's salary.
Which we know due to the announcement of the game
and
that will be coming out supposedly later this year.
Of 2019, yeah.
2019 to early 2020 as a PlayStation VR game. He has a son, also named Phil, and they live in Puxatawny.
And I was just wondering if maybe that life insurance is going to come into play, and it's going to involve him dying and them collecting the money.
Who knows?
That would be a hell of a plot.
It's like, I don't think they're going to go that deep in and start mining these references. I don't think their game's
You don't think they're listening to us?
I don't think their game's going to have a second looper, multiple loopers. I think that's going to be for the eventual RPG that one of us will have to... You want the deep, dark path I was going down earlier this week?
Yeah.
And it is related to Groundhog Day.
Randy, we've done, murder and rape in this podcast.
I was considering buying... RPG Maker, the latest one, and making it an RPG based around the stuff that we were coming up with. That's the deep dark thing I was falling down to earlier this week. Going, why am I It's like I could do this and then maybe just let's use these ideas and it's like, no, Randy, that's a dark path.
But how would you do the looping thing in an RPG? Every time you go to sleep, or
every time you go to sleep, start over.
No, it would be like on a timer, like Majora's Mask.
Exactly.
So after X amount of game time, let's say each day would last 20 minutes, you would automatically revert back to 6 a.m. and game time.
Yeah, exactly.
So no matter where you are, you just instantly teleport back to the bed.
Exactly.
And it's and
it fades to black. It starts over from the beginning.
And the MIDI. You know what we can need is a MIDI file for.
I seriously consider because it's on sale and I'm like I could prototype it.
Yeah, I was thinking of a 16-bit looking Phil walking around and
I had seriously there was a 2-day period there where should I try? I go, I got paid today. Should I do this? And I'm like, no, Randy, that's a dark path.
And then like, and
that's the darkest
and you
path.
program all the NPCs to like walk around in paths every day. And like when you talk to them at different times of the day, they have a different line of dialogue that they'll say.
No, it'll be the same line of dialogue every day, unless
like per times.
Exactly.
Like like if you talk to them like if you talk to Rita in the morning at the whatever it is, the Groundhog Festival, but then she'll say one thing, but if you talk to her later in the day at the bar, she'll say something else. Like, so it'll be by time their line will change when they move to a different area.
And the whole reason why this popped in my head is because we've always joked that at the end of this, it's like, okay, then you're going to run a campaign or I'm going to run a campaign or something like that. That's supposed to be Groundhog Day.
How long do you think it'll take somebody to figure out that Nancy and the bartender are not locked into place?
That's the thing. That's the thing. It's like, how would you do that? And also, just
because you'd have to have a randomizer on Nancy for one thing, and then the bartender you'd have to give him you'd have to write him a different script for what his actual
you would give him multiple lines and you would give him multiple variations on the line, and he would say something different every time you interacted with him. Except that it would be counting down until finally it's like you hit after you've talked to him let's say 10 times, and he'd be like, "Your drink, son? What would you like to drink?" You know, it's like stuff that you have to catch. Like, oh wait, this is the only one that's changing. And then after you've talked to him a bunch of times, finally he goes, "What do you want? What do you want from me?"
He's just like, "You're not from around here, are you?" Something like that. Like the loopers have a little thing where they can figure out another looper by asking them certain things.
And then that's where you start revealing, oh wait, there's a wider thing going on here, a wider conspiracy. And I had an idea for the gameplay thing of like based around the idea of good Phil and bad Phil, how far away from the worst bad Phil is. It's like a morality system. The worst Phil is. It's like the worst. It's based around our alternate timeline stuff. Yeah. That the reality starts to turn a little bit more darker and darker every single loop around until finally it's almost like a horror-ish type of thing. But if you go in the other way, it's not. It's like, oh, okay, you're heading more towards the ending by going to the good morality or you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you have little stats like that, that are it's like your experience, but it's also a little thing. It's like, oh, you earn X amount of bad deed points or good deed points.
And then because you and because of our things of the Mandela effect thing that we always bring up, because, well, we don't bring it up anymore because we don't watch the movie together anymore, and we're not seeing, we're not misremembering, or
we'll do it again after I'm after when I'm on break.
Yeah,
around June.
Yeah,
because right now I'm too busy.
I'm hoping after our 52nd episode, which is the 26th episode, which is the halfway point.
Yeah, but I have about 4 or 5 weeks left, so in about 4 or 5 episodes.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
that's what I've been thinking about.
I had a thought to it, I just lost it.
That's what I've been thinking about. Like I said, it was a deep, dark moment. I'm like, maybe I should.
It'd be a lot of work, but yeah, it would totally pay off. Just release it on the internet.
Just for myself.
Because there's just not really a combat system in this game. It would all be based on your interactions and choices. Exactly.
And you'd have to be free to kill anybody you would want at any time.
You have to be, yeah. We can't be one of those pussy ass games that make that chickens out. You can kill children.
But it would be an RPG Maker game, so it'd be very.
Well, yeah, the person dies and their little character just falls over.
So it would look the same as everything. It wouldn't be modern because it's I don't have the art skills or whatever. But still, it'd be just could I prototype something with this?
Yeah, we've created a lore.
We're slowly creating a lore around this movie that shouldn't exist. We shouldn't exist.
It really shouldn't.
So let's bring it back to the movie here with our last few minutes. Let's go to one of your last questions here, and it's I'm banking some of these things I have. You were talking about the connection between music and the Groundhog.
Oh yeah. Again, I said so. We already talked about Phil is improving, and we talked about how there was an interaction with Rita and the snow, the connection between Rita and the snow, and when she has an emotional connection with Phil, then her snow angel power activates and it makes it snow outside and things like that.
More fan fiction we're creating here.
Yeah. Well, no, this is the fan fiction we'd established. So I was trying to figure out what is the connection with music to that. If Rita's the snow angel, then is Phil some sort of saint of music?
I don't think the music has anything to do with it. It's just that.
Then why did he spend so much time learning how to play a piano?
Because he's trying to acquire the qualities that Rita sees as her perfect man.
Is an angel.
Yeah, so she sees it's like, this is what I would want in a man. I would want somebody who plays music. I would want somebody to... He has a lot of time in his hands. In the time that he when he becomes good Phil, and he stays good Phil, what are the skills he picks up? What does he learn?
Oh, he learns how to save a bunch of people from getting killed or injured.
Yeah.
Saves the old ladies from the car breaking down.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, like, actual skills. Like, what has he learned in that meantime?
He learns how to give a Heimlich maneuver.
Because we know that he's studying medicine.
We saw him study medicine.
Because it's referenced multiple times that he's studying medicine, brought about by the old man dying and him coming to realize, trying to save him.
Yeah, but he ends up using it on Buster instead.
Yeah, he uses it on others. He used it on Felix, fixed his back.
He also used it on Felix, yeah. So he is a saint of healing.
So that's one thing. He's picked up his medicine. He learned music. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of it's about killing time. So he's learned how to. He's an exceptional ice sculptor. He's an exceptional ice sculptor.
Ice sculpting, card throwing.
The only it's like I'm surprised he doesn't speak multiple languages at this point.
We've learned he might speak French or just fake speaking French.
Oh yeah, I'll give you that. He might speak.
He probably spoke a little French because I think he abandoned it after that timeline didn't work.
But that's it. He's learning all these different things. He's learning how to. He's learning empathy for other people, and he's becoming a better person. And he's expressing it through creativity. He's expressing it through his art in ice sculpting.
But I was just thinking, Randy, and if you recall, let me get a thing. If you recall in the lore behind Lord of the Rings, the god of that universe, who I believe is named Eo or Ao or some shit like that. Anyway, Lord of the Rings fan, look that up if you're a fan out there, one fan. So in the Lord of the Rings lore, the god of that universe creates the universe with music,
which is a common thing in many mythologies.
And then like the satanic character of that lore is like he created corruption by playing like another tune besides not out of harmony with the god. So my idea was like, is Phil playing music like creating the universe that takes place after that day?
Do you want to know the real answer? Or do you want to know the bullshit answer?
I want both.
The real answer is they needed, from a technical standpoint of the movie, like from a film perspective, what skill can they show him learning to show that a significant amount of time has passed?
Yeah.
So we see him at the beginning being completely unable to play the piano, and then within 3 or 4 iterations of that scene, he comes to have learned to be a master pianist. So we know that, okay, no, this hasn't been like a couple of days. This has been years and years and years and years, because they always say that you need at least a good 10 years or more to learn or start to master
to be a master, probably, yeah.
So it's like we know, okay, in that time period as they start teaching the piano, by the time he's a master pianist, we know that at least minimum 10 years has ended. Because his graduation day is the final day we see him, the final iteration. Because not him, his teacher says that's my student, which means that he still went to see her that day.
I think he was just doing that as an act of charity to give her some money.
But I'm just using that,
and also to use her as a witness for Rita. Like, look how great this guy is.
No, I don't think he's doing it for that
he no longer cares anymore.
He doesn't care. Because as he says to her at the end, is like, if you forget this, it's like, this is me just roughly saying it. It's like, I don't care. It's like, I'm happy now, and that's all that matters. He goes, it doesn't matter. This happiness doesn't have to last tomorrow, but I know that I'm happy in this moment. So he acquires this Zen.
Just be content, man.
That's it. He's living in the moment.
Just be content.
Yeah, that cat.
Would you say that you should live every morning and love every day?
Yeah, I was going to say that. But because you said that, you know what it means, right?
What?
That the podcast is now at its end.
Our precious time has slipped away.
Our precious time
What was the bullshit answer? Quick.
No, I'll save that for next time.
You're going to forget.
Which might be better for the world.
The bullshit answer was going to be like, music is just Phil's passion. I don't know. I'll make something up.
No, the bullshit answer is just that there's no point to the music in the movie. It's just there. It's not important. It's just that.
Well, you should have began with that. Always end on a weak note, Randy.
Oh, well, I was trying to end it, or like, I was trying to save it just so that it wouldn't end on the weak note. But no, you had to have me say it.
Yep.
So, once again, this was the 22nd episode of Groundcast Day.
Oh, yeah. Bye-bye.
Say goodbye to people.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.